Hey guys, the truth about wholesaling, episode 2, inspired by Johnny, who commented on my YouTube channel today, commented on the first truth about wholesaling video. And he said he spent a lot of money on software and on coaches and on mentorship or programs, and he needed some counsel. He apparently hasn't done a deal yet, doesn't know what to do. He's tapped out. I asked Johnny to sign up. I said, make sure you sign up on the link so you get on the Truth About Wholesaling email list. And let's talk, right? Email me and I'll reach out to you and we'll have a conversation and see how we get you to where you want to be. And like I mentioned in the first video, I don't want to be a coach and I don't want to be a mentor, but I do want to help guide you more. I guess, I say not as a coach, but more of like an accountability coach or a wholesaling therapist, right? I will tell you what you need to do. I'm not going to calculate numbers for you. I'm not going to, build your cash buyers list for you. I'm not going to do that, but I will tell you what you need to do to get it done. All right. So Johnny's tapped out. A lot of you are tapped out. And, it's Black Friday today. It is about 3, going on 4 in the afternoon. And no joke, I've had probably well over 125 sales emails today of companies, trying to pitch their product. A lot of them real estate, right? Or flash sale. I've got some going out, matter of fact, right? But that's the problem in this marketplace is everybody wants to sell their product. Everybody wants to sell their coaching and their mentorship, but they miss the one ingredient. And this always bugs me. And I might have talked about it in the first video, but I'm going to reiterate it. Just because they did it, right? They're like, I learned, like me personally, I went out and I wholesaled and I closed a bunch of deals in my first month and made all this money and all that. But I was equipped to do it. I had years of sales experience. I had years of real estate experience, mortgage experience. I'd rehabbed houses and all of that. So I wasn't going into it blind. Zach Ginn, who is wildly successful, and I give him props for that. But I saw him go through once, like the story where he acts like, he started with nothing and all of a sudden he was this, this young, phenomena and had all the success. And, unless I've got the story wrong, but his dad has been in the business for years, right? So it wasn't like he was on his own. He had his dad right there that knew the business, right? But all of these coaches, that's the problem, is they forget that you don't have the foundation, right? Maybe you don't have, 20 years sales experience dealing with people. Maybe you don't have any real estate experience. Maybe you have never negotiated anything or calculated the value of of a distressed house, all of those things, right? And I'm not saying it's like, it's crazy hard to learn, but most of them don't even address it. They don't even, because that's the biggest problem is the psychology of it, right? We can teach you how to do that stuff, but it's you getting over the mental barrier, right? So this Johnny that commented on the YouTube channel, he had a mentor and he bought software and everything, but chances are nobody said, you know what? Johnny, you're going to get in your head and you're going to sell yourself out of this, or you're going to be afraid to do the things that you need to do, right? And that's where this falls short. So I asked you this before, and I'm going to ask you again, and I'm going to continue to ask this of you. If you're watching this video and you're on my email and you're getting the truth about wholesaling emails, I want you to reply to me and tell me what your hang up is. What's your problem? What do you need? What's keeping you from going where you want to go? because I want to help with that. And I can't help with that if you don't tell me what it is. All right. Because this is a give and take. I'm going to make these videos and I'm going to send these emails. But I need you to talk to me. I need you to tell me what you need. Okay. I'm not going to calculate numbers on you. I'm not going to tell you what your rehab is going to cost or what your ARV is going to be, but I'll tell you how to learn it. And you've got to learn it. You've got to put forth the effort to do this. All right. Because you might be in I'm working for the man, 9 to 5 mentality where your boss is going to say, okay, now you need to do this and this and this. This is not that. This is entrepreneurship where you have to figure it out. All right. You can go out there and find the resources like me. And I'll say, here's training on this, here's training on that. Right. But then it's up to you to learn it and implement it and do all those things. All right. Now I want to talk about one more thing, and I need your help with this. And it's about this marketing shit that's going on. And again, I'm an affiliate marketer and I'm an internet marketer and all that stuff. All right. You want to learn about that? Ask me and I'll show you that too. All right. But these emails coming out today, all the Black Friday emails, and we get a lot today, but we get them every day, right? All the marketing, blast out marketing. Nobody provides value anymore. They just provide sales emails, sales copy. So I want to do it different. This is when I start planning for next year. But going into 2025, I want to do this different. I'm going to set up my email differently to where when somebody comes into my email world, and you're already in there, but you'll be able to start this fresh if you want to. But when somebody comes in my email world, I'm going to start them with a series of just, this is wholesaling. I'm going to call it the art of wholesaling. And I'm going to walk them through the process. This is how you wholesale real estate. And it's all going to be spelled out in the emails. I might link to some videos and do some stuff. But that's going to be it. In those emails, and then after you finish that initial, learning how to wholesale sequence, you'll move into just my newsletter sequence where I'll continue to give good information about the business, what's going on in the business, my take on things and all that stuff. Maybe not as raw as these videos, but my take on the newsletter. Okay. And then I'll mention things in there. I'll mention products. I always talk about Deal Machine or PropStream or CRMs or Carrot websites or whatever. And if I mention one of those, all I'm going to say is talking about like websites, one of the websites that I really like is Carrot websites. And if you want some more information on here, how Carrot can help you generate leads online, click here and I'll send you some information. That's it. And you won't get any information on products unless you click on a button and raise your hand and say, David, I'm interested in this. Okay. Equally, I'm going to try not to run too long here. But equally, I want to do it with webinars because people are just sick and tired of webinars. And I hear it all the time when I send out emails for webinars. How much is it? I don't want to listen to an freaking hour of this, before they tell me how much it is, because you've been on 100 webinars like this. They got to build up and they got to tell you about their rags to riches stories and how they were living in the backseat of their car and they made it with this secret strategy and blah blah blah, and then then they go into showing here's Keith with his check for $30,000 and this and that, and that's great. That's how they were taught to make webinars, and that sells people on buying it. But people are fed up with it and they're sick of them. So what I think I'm going to do, and I did this years ago and I'm going to start doing it again, I'm going to record the webinar and I'm going to put it on a page for you. And when I send you something, I'm going to say, hey, I'm promoting this thing. Do you want to know more about it? Right? This is what it is. If you want to hear more, click here and I'll share more. Then I'll send you, if you're interested, to a page that's got the webinar on it where you can fast forward through the boring parts and get to what you want to hear. And then I'll do a recap underneath the video, and then I'll have a link to the checkout page. So if you watch it and you want to buy, you go to checkout. If you watch it and you scroll to the end and you go, that's $1,000. I don't have $1,000. Then you're not stuck watching an hour-long video to find out that you can't afford it anyway. Okay. So I'm thinking about doing that. So I want your opinion. Do you like the idea with the webinars? And do you like the idea about the emails about raising your hand to learn about a product instead of just getting blasted with product stuff all the time, right? Just value. I'll send you value content, value content, value content. And if you want to learn more about a product, you can specifically ask for me to share with you more about that product. All right. So back to where I started. Johnny, if you're watching this, Johnny from the YouTube channel, if you're watching this, I hope you opted in, and I want you to reach out to me so we can talk about your problem. For the rest of you, hit reply and tell me what's going on. Tell me what you need. Tell me where you're at. Tell me what I can do to get you where you want to go. All right. And I think I'm going to implement this. I'm not going to do it right away, but pretty soon, if I see like non-engagement on the truth about wholesaling, like if you're not opening emails and you're not responding to stuff, I'm just going to take people off the list, because this is for a tight knit group of people that I want on here that are going to share their struggles with me so I can help them fix it. So I can try to help you push through so you can be successful. Okay. That is it. I'm under 12 minutes. That's a record for me. Hit reply, respond to this. If you're watching it on YouTube, if I post this on YouTube, sign up for this email, the Truth About Wholesaling email series, and I'll keep sharing a lot of good stuff with you, I promise. Okay, talk to you guys soon.